One. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now live once again, Warrior Brothers Coast to Coast,
Peace.
presented by Warrior Family Coast to Coast. I am one of your co-hosts. My name is Art Womack.
And I am Rabil Ford.
Rab, we had a
Yes,
serious
sir.
discussion yesterday, and we were talking about entertainment, and the discussion somehow got on drones because I think you actually snitched a little bit, and we talked a little bit about snitching, but anyway, we talked about drones. So today's show, I thought I was going to be by myself. I was going to go ahead and talk a little bit about drones and how I fly my drones and show some pictures as well as um, a video that I did, a little 5 minute video. I won't show all the 5 minute, but I'll show some of this video and I'll speed through it a little bit and stuff like that. And we'll discuss a little bit of the frames. And since you have all the photography jargon, I'll let you kind of say shots and things of that nature because I'm still learning. But I wanted to kind of follow up with that discussion and go into it deeper because I think we got some people out there that might be interested in drones. I can tell them about a lot of different types of drones. But I really, really, really love DJI. DJI is by far to me the best set of drones out there. I've heard of some of the other ones, but DJI is the business. That being said, um, did you have anything you wanted to say before we show this first video?
Well, no, I just like to commend you, as I've told you the other day, on your growth, your development in terms of flying and operating these drones. You have improved immensely, and I am so very proud of you. Your shot types, the angles, the lighting. You seem to have been learning how to master that and create a greater and more pure image. So let's just let the people see some of the footage.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I sent out a little chat to tell people that we're in live right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in, and I'm gonna show a little bit. You like that, huh? That's the coast right there.
That could be an extreme long shot.
So I'm gonna
The
go ahead and
entire
start the
environment,
video.
and it allows you to see the journey. It conveys a message of like you see people walking on the pier. It's a beautiful early morning, or it's turning early evening, and the people you see the jogger jogging across. It gives you a history. See along the beach, you can see from where it's traveling. You can see the houses here, so it gives you a history of of the image. They say
Right,
a
right.
picture is 1,000 words.
Well, I tell you, when I was doing this, I don't know if you see that kite way down there, but I was in that. I was very into it. So I tried to go towards that kite a little bit too. I didn't realize how far away from that kite I was. That's
Hmm.
how beautiful this camera is because while I'm flying this thing, I'm looking at my phone because it's connected to my phone, and you don't realize how close to something you really are until you kind of get up on it because like these people are far far away, they're not that close,
Hmm.
so you don't know by height and um how distance wise you are far away because the camera takes such a good clear sharp image, so as you're getting on the images do get bigger. But that
And
that
it's an
kite that's flying
elevated
down
shot,
there,
or could be a bird's eye view.
right, right, right. And watching them fly that kite, it was exciting to see that. And then the birds flying around too. I mean, that was just remarkable to me. I mean, that kite is not that close, but it looks kind of close. And so as I was going up to it, I was like, wait a minute, I'm still not that close. When I would look at it on the eye, my personal eye, but in the deal, it looked like I was a lot closer. So in the phone. But as you can see the rolling mountains up there. You can see the houses all up on the hill and all that stuff. I mean, this is a fun little gadget, man. I'm telling you. Now, the thing talking about these gadgets, while we're still looking at the picture and stuff. By the way, this is Pismo Beach in Central California, on the coast of Central California.
Can you zoom in on any of the buildings?
No, here's the thing, but this particular model does not zoom in. They do have models that actually zoom in, and that's why I said this is one of the lesser models. I tell you, now that I have flown this thing, I so can't wait to get the next models, man. I know I'm gonna have to ask the wifey. I'm at the beg and please, baby, please, baby, please. But it's so much fun. And then imagine I'm going down this hill. I stopped probably about, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see how I put it this way. I stopped literally right in that little, before that little section. If you notice, I'm coming. If I actually look down, I'm another thing away from it. Yeah, I'm looking down right now. So that tells you how far away from the end I am. But that high end one, if I zoomed, I could actually look at those people in the face. And I was super high above them. I was probably anywhere between, right around 100 feet above their heads. So that's how sharp that picture is on that one. Now imagine me getting the one that I can zoom into their face while I'm 100 feet above them. That's why I'm like, right. That's why I'm so excited about doing this drone stuff. You see how I flying up there, and then you got the little Nordic symbol down there, the Nordic star, where you can, people actually use that to, compass to find where they're at. That little artwork was pretty cool too. I took a picture of that, an actually still picture. I was right above it, and I took that picture. I'll show that in a minute, but we're actually almost, it's 32 seconds left in this film, but that just shows you in 5 minutes of flight, the beauty that's out there. I've taken pictures of in the mountains. I went up to the mountains and I took it so high up, I looked over a mountain to a bigger mountain and was able to get the snow cap on that mountain because it wasn't on the mountain that was next to me. Now you want to talk about like an awestruck. When I saw that picture afterwards, I was like, oh my God, this is cool. So, I got really excited. Yeah.
Did you say it like that?
I said exactly like that.
I said, oh my God, this is cool.
And I knew you would get a kick out of me doing that too. That's what I did.
Oh my God, this is cool.
I won't let that one down, y'all. I won't let that one down. But yeah,
this is cool.
That's that picture. And there's plenty other more pictures I want to show you guys. But while I'm looking for those pictures, Rab.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about that video. What did you think? From me being an amateur, why don't you give some insight on what I did?
I don't say amateur, because I mean your work, you did some good work, and I had asked you specifically to give me, if you recall, that very same footage.
Right.
And that was extreme long shots and long shots. And you gave me what I asked for. So in terms of it being amateur, I think you took a more professional attitude and did the best, because professional don't always have to mean, to me, getting paid for the job, what makes you professional. The quality of work, to me, is what defines amateur and professional. The quality of work for the shots that I asked for was great. After explaining to you what an extreme long shot should entail, because all your shots convey messages, and the entire film in which you film and convey a message. And we given the best example when we look at extreme long shots, when we see stuff like cowboy movies. Remember I gave you that example?
Right.
About the cowboy riding, galloping his horse through the horizon, over the mountain, through the desert, and you're seeing him from the far, and you're seeing all that scenery in the background. So you're seeing his travels. So it's conveying a message that he was coming from some place in a hurry, going to some place with excitement, and he had to travel over rough terrain and doing it. So it's conveying an idea in the minds of the viewers, and that's what we was working on, and that's what you granted me. So to me, I wouldn't use the word being amateur, right? I would use that as being and developing your skills of your eye and knowing your shot types. So you've done very well.
Right, I appreciate that. I appreciate the compliment. These are just I'm showing you some of the drone shots that I took. These aren't video, these are actually still shots now. So I just kind of wanted to get some of that out there as well, because, you know, a lot of times we think about the video portion of it, but I tell you, these pictures came out so nice that I had to, you know, use them.
But so, do you see your early works until you like look at that. Look at how you captured that image, and even that's a shot type, even of itself, where the background is blurred and, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm learning.
But you see
Say that again.
You see how you see the focus you have on that single?
Right.
That is a good shot.
Yeah. Right. And
that is a very good shot.
Stuff that I'm learning. I mean, to have that focus on that bird and everything else in the background be blurry. I mean, I was like, I'm getting it. I'm figuring it out little by little. I'm glad I asked questions. You know, I took a picture of the wifey. She was sitting out there. She all covered in. I'm gonna show that picture. She might get mad at me, but I love her.
See, some of your pictures, like that's a good picture.
Yeah,
that's a very good picture. She looked like she dressed. She dressed for war too. Got a soldier hat on. Got a hood.
She is dressed for war. She protected herself from that sun.
That's right.
You know, so that's what she's doing. Now, you know, we talked about this one shot. I'm gonna have to go ahead and show it. So I have to show this shot. The ocean, sunset. You know, I had to go ahead and show that shot.
And I told you from the very beginning that I had loved that shot.
Yes, you did.
I loved that.
How many pictures of the sun do you think I took that day?
Probably a lot.
I have a lot. Let me show you some of the ones before I got that shot. Now I'm gonna show you. This is why I said I took so many pictures, because I was still getting the hang of it. I'm learning it. And this was the shot. That was the money shot. That's one of the shots. So you see glare. You don't see the sun yet. You know, you still see glare. You know the sun is there, but it's glare. And then I started getting sun shots. You know, the sun, you started actually understanding that the sun was in there. And then the money shots start coming. Didn't like that one because the window I was in was showing. And then came the money shot. That's the money shot. There's the sun is gone, and all I got is just that by itself. So there was a lot of beautiful shots made that day. I was very excited that I was able to get a lot of decent shots. I also got a picture of the moon right there, but it's not the moon shot that I want to show y'all. But look at the moon, and look at how you can see the different colorations in the moon. I just realized that Rabil has stepped away for a second. I don't know what happened. I don't hear him or see him. I'm gonna have to check and see what's going on here. I don't know if we're having technical difficulties, but Rabil is gone. See if I can get him back in. Rab.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you. What happened?
I don't know. It went blank and then it came back on after me hitting it and the mic went out.
Okay.
Difficulty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We still getting to learn this system. But it's happening. Oh, look. While we're sitting there talking, my daughter jumped in and said hi. Let me say hi back to her real quick.
Hello, niece.
And I know she hears us, so we're going to continue on. So that's a picture of the moon. Now I have a moon shot, but I believe it's on my phone, or is it on here? I think I took a picture of it here. I just don't remember where it's at. But yeah, go ahead.
That was the picture taken from the telescope, right?
Right, but I think I do have it on here, because I did email it, so I do have it. So I'll show that in a minute. I just wanted to kind of show this real quick, so we can talk about some of these pictures. What do you think about that picture of the moon? That particular picture, you notice? Could you see the different contours in the moon? How it's dark in a couple of spots and light in the other.
Yeah, you could see it pretty good. Now, are you able to take pictures that are more close up, that appear to be more close up, to actually see like the moon itself, like not directly like on the shadow, but like actually some of the contours of the surface and stuff like that?
Right. That's the picture that I love my daughter. She is so encouraging.
What my brick little niece say?
She said, "You got this." That's the picture that I took with the telescope with the phone, and I emailed it to myself, and then I downloaded it on the computer. So I have to go to, I think I got to go to download. So I'm gonna get on here real quick and see if I can see it on downloads. And if I can't, then I'll try and go to, because I know it's on here. Let's see. I think it's this one right here. Let me check. There it is. That was taken with my phone. That's the moon. Can you see that, Rap?
I see the one picture.
Look at
the picture didn't change.
Say that again.
I said the picture didn't change.
Oh, the picture changed.
Not over here. Not on this end. There we go.
Oh, it changed now. You see it?
See
how dark the sky is, and then the moon. The sky was super black, and the moon was super light. It was a full. I only got a piece of it because I was still learning how to use the phone hooked up to the telescope, and actually finding the moon in it was kind of tough too. It takes getting used to, but that was a little
I'm
shot I took with my phone.
I'm actually going to have to get you to assist me and work and operate mine because I follow you with the instructions you was giving me with the with the one with the crosshairs in it,
Yeah,
with the crosshairs. But when I look down into um the actual eye of the telescope, I'm only seeing black, even in the daytime.
right. Hey Rab, your face is a little dark, bruh. It look like technical difficulties. You drop your camera. There you go. Now I can see you. So
See more light?
no, you're good now. So
Sure.
well, I mean, you could use more light, but when you backed up off of your camera, um,
Let me put some more light in the studio. Hold on.
right, no problem. So the great thing, yes, that was through the telescope ring. Um, the great thing about that and drones, um, you're doing something different. You're going outside the box of what most people would deem normal. In other words, I would have never thought in a million years to take a camera and connect it to my telescope to take a picture of the moon. I just that was never on my mind. Um, so when I did it, it was quite interesting. Is that myself or Rabil needs the light in front of them?
Still need more light.
I don't know. If she's, I don't know if she's talking about you or me because I see my face pretty good.
I think it's me that need the light.
Okay. Um, the other thing is with the drone, for instance. I started doing drone stuff with my kids at school. Yeah, she's talking about you, Rap. You need to get your light in there. Um, I started doing my drone and stuff at the school with my kids, and it was so much fun. I started taking the drone and going through little spaces just to see if I could do it. I went through this run little space through the roof, and that was scary. I thought I was going to hit the wall, and once I hit the wall, it's going to drop, and I'm scared what's going to happen. I've actually dropped my drone once trying to knock a toy drone, which I'll never do that ever again. Sorry, kids. If you lose your drone, I'm not taking my drone to get your drone down. I'm never doing that again because I almost ruined my drone trying to get that drone off. Um, so I see your lights, Rab. You want your lights to point towards your face.
Yeah, I know. I got
I mean, you should know that. You don't want to talk me about photography.
my
Um,
wire, my wires was tangled.
oh, no worries. So the great thing about the doing this stuff, it's a hobby. Like I said before, that one thing I'm about, and people could say, "Oh, you're being money hungry or whatever." Look, my hobbies are they should be able to pay me money. There's
Yes,
no
I
way in the
agree.
world elbow cough. Who coughed? um, my hobby should be able to pay me money. When I started doing karate, it was a hobby. It's now a lifestyle. Martial arts is a lifestyle. But when I first started doing it, that's better. It was a hobby, and I found quickly that that hobby could make me money if I took it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I think that anybody, if you have something that you're passionate about, and what a lot of people don't realize, and this is one of the reasons why I'm I'm going back to school now to be a teacher. And I know a lot of people who know me would probably laugh. They'd be like, you're actually going to be a teacher, because I dropped out of high school. So that's oxymoron in itself. But just the fact that, and I'm not saying teaching is a hobby. No, I love to teach. I love children. I love students, and I want to impart my knowledge to them. But anything that you do, you should take it serious, because it can become something that you can make your career. What I do and what I will be doing this fall coming up is I'm gonna be teaching students stuff that I did when I had regular jobs. Now I'm going to be able to teach them how to find those, but find them in a career path. So things like doing what we're doing right now. Once I get good at that, I can turn around and get my credentials in this and turn around and teach it.
Yes.
And teach students, so that way they can turn around and do it for a living and make money. There is a lot of money to be made taking pictures. Matter of fact,
yes, there is.
My uncle will be proud of me. I hadn't told him yet, but in 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing my first property drone property search, whatever you want to call it, so that way this guy who's a real estate agent can actually show the property by drone footage to his customers. And I would have never thought in a million years about that until my uncle told me about it. And then one of my friends who I've known for 30 plus years called me on a whim one day. We started talking. I told him I fly drones. He was like, what? And then the conversation came on. Then he just sent me a deal. It's 2 weeks from now. We're going to go to this property and I'm going to do the drone footage. So
that's beautiful.
This is a hobby that's going to make me some money. With these times the way they are, there's people, and God, I'm blessed. And God willing, it won't be too much longer. But there's people who are not getting paid. They're having to go hustle. Now, there's a good hustle and there's the bad hustle. And I'm not going to go into what the bad hustle is, because I'm talking about stereotypes when I say the bad hustle. You got to take care of your family. I get it. There's some people that say, I won't go rob, I won't go steal, I won't go do this, I won't do that. There's people out there that say, you know what? Forget that crap. I'm going to go do that. Bad hustle. But then there's good hustles. I ain't going to mention no names, but we got a brother right now that we know. Rabil knows him better than me, but he go get his hustle on for real. He going out and doing all the different things, Uber, Grubhub, all that stuff. He doing a hustle so he can make his money, so he can survive in this world. That's not his regular job, but that's what he's doing. He getting his hustle on. How many people are out there hustling, or are they waiting for the government to give them another one of those checks? I'm sorry, I can't wait for the government. I can't count on the government. Oh, thank you for the $2,000 or whatever, how much they give you. But at the end of the day, we can't count on that. That's going to take us but so far. So we got to do something. So having your hobbies and using your hobbies, we got people out here, listen, we got kids out here and stuff that can draw their butts off. I know a guy who paints pictures. He's one of my karate students' parents. He sells those pictures. He shows them to people. Hey, I want that picture. He sells them. Use your gifts, guys. Use your gifts. Because they're there.
If I get this right. Basically, what you're explaining to people in the audience is for them to, at this moment, at this time, at this epidemic that's going on. You have free time. So start developing their hobbies or their craft to be good to where they can earn something from this lag time that they got. First develop,
Right.
find whatever it is, develop
Right.
the skills on it, the ability to make it work for you, and then present it to the public or whatever entity it is that you're trying to subject your work to. Is that
Right.
basically what you're telling everybody? Okay. So use
Right.
this time wisely and develop something, right, that's going to be beneficial to you so that you don't have to go out there and sell the drugs, that you don't have to go out there and commit the crimes, so that you be able to maintain your freedom and enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, listen, guys.
Just
I don't control or condone, excuse me, selling drugs.
yes.
But there's guys out there that's doing it. That stuff has been done for years now. Before I was born, that was done. But there's people out there doing it.
Mm-hmm.
For those of us who are trying to live an honest life and we're trying to do something for our families and ourselves, if you have gifts, all of us have gifts. I don't care who you are. You have a gift. Okay? Use that gift. Use that gift. Find a way to make it work for you. Listen, I can sing.
Well, what if my friends don't think it's cool?
This. Well, first of all, we ain't worried about what our friends think, because if they're our friends, they would have our back and support us instead of laugh at us as if we're still in high school.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's the first thing. The second thing, you got to feed you and your family. You have to feed, because if you don't, who gonna help you? The government? Your so-called friends? Listen, people will forget about you real fast when the money going. We know that. We know those stories. We grew up hearing those stories. Oh, they were your best friends when you had all the cash and you was making it rain. As soon as you stopped making it rain, they disappeared.
Because that's a familiar story.
Right. So why am I going to sit here and worry about all that when I know I got things to take care of? I got to take care of my family. I got to take care of me. So I'm going to find things to do. Simple as that. You want to parlay on that, man?
Actually, I believe you explained it very well, and I'm sure the audience understood, even when I articulate a little bit about or trying to clarify what you were saying. So if they don't get this message and we're giving it to them straight out, then they actually don't want it. Now, this is no disrespect to anyone when I'm saying that, but it's just a simple fact that you heard it from Art, you heard it from myself. I'm in agreement with what he's saying about the cultivation of this time. All of y'all who know me know that last few years I've made a 360-degree change from bad weather to sunny weather. You still get rainy days. However, that weather it has still changed, and I had beautiful days, and I'm having beautiful days. And that's because I'm implementing a new me, a new set of actions, a new thought process, something that I was on after being geared up from Essex County College, being under Professor Jennifer Wager, Tariq Spencer, Devon Prey, Melina Prather, Jaleesa McEachin. Big shout out to my big brother, Bubba Zayed, and so forth and so on. So this transformation, sticking with it. It's going to be rough times. You're still going to fall. You're still going to have those, where they say, pebbles on the bottom of your foot sometime when you're walking. But overall, my journey is being smooth. The moccasins that I wear now got soul support. And even though I'm not with these people every day, I still carry them with me in my heart and in my mind because of what they instilled in me and what and the practices that I've been practicing, which keep them forefront in my mind, which keep them as a motivating tool. That's what we have to find. No one can give that aspect to you. That's something you have to find and develop yourself, like you did, Art.
Yeah, yeah.
We did two different lifestyles, but we still able to come together on this because we see the beauty in it, and it's the path we walking on.
Right, right, exactly. So I know the topic today was about the drones, and I showed the little footages and things of that nature, and it still lines up with the entertainment that we were talking about before. Now, some people probably feel like they don't have those type of skills, or they're not blessed with that type of abilities and things of that nature. And that's fine. Do you, is what I say. Find something that you're good at. If you're good at writing, write.
Well, all right. Drone is still photography. They don't have to use a drone. Some of them get the camera. Right. Drones will give you aerial shots and at a beautiful angle.
I get what you're saying. All I'm trying to say is, I know the topic was about the drone because that's what I kind of was going to talk about. Like I said before, I knew you were going to be actually able to make it on air today. I was going to just go with the drones. And then when I knew you was going to be on the air, I knew we could fill the time up with some more knowledge, because we both got a lot of knowledge that we can share with these youngsters out there, but also even with some of these older people. Let me tell you something. I know some people out there with master's degrees that's still working 9-to-5 regular jobs, and they ain't making ends meet. So what I'm about is trying to get. What are you showing me? Your camera? Oh my God, man!
Well, I'm actually trying to show the audience that they can see.
Yeah.
So because like I say, I love what you said about the drones, and there's many ways. And when you spoke about the drones, you showed them pictures. So even if they don't know how to operate a drone, they can operate a camera. You got cameras that can give you high profile shots, long distance shots, depending on what kind of lenses you got. So if they can't operate a drone, and it was beautiful knowledge that that you gave them in reference to the drone, and what kind of drone that you felt comfortable working with. So that gives them a base of operation. But if they can't operate a drone, grab a camera. And this is, I know this is what you're trying to instill into them, because I know we want these young brothers and the young sisters to evolve from street to growth and development to prosperity.
Right.
And that's the development of the craft.
Rab, I'm about to make Rab mad right now, because that's my baby. And he actually shows you that long lens. I got a long lens. I got the same lens he has. But I'm not gonna do that to y'all, because I'm gonna show you one of my lenses here. I'm gonna put it on the camera.
Hey, your page is froze. Your image froze on me.
Oh, did it? That might be yours, not mine, because I see it's still good. Rain, we still good? My daughter's still on listening to us, and from time to time she shoots a little avatar or something, just so we know that we doing all right.
Hey, baby girl, what's up, Ray? You see your Uncle Sport in New York. You know what it is. You know what it is. East Coast, baby.
One of the worst basketball teams in history, New York Knickerbockers.
That just hurt.
I just killed him off. I know. And I'm from there, but I never was a Knick fan. Anyway, that is my baby right there that my uncle so covetous. He wants to covet it. He cannot have it. This is my baby. My baby does a good job. Let's see. Oh, Christopher just jumped in. It's all working, Pops. What's up, Chris? How you doing, young man? That's one of my daughter's good friends. And he just jumped online with us. He said, I'm doing good on my end. So that must be your your stuff, man. I don't know. We're gonna have to work on your technical difficulties. Say that 5 times fast. Anyway, so that's my camera. And this camera took over 1,000 pictures in one day. No, it was 3 days. That was 3 days of taking pictures. So that just goes to show you, you got to have the patience of finding that perfect shot sometimes when you're doing this photography stuff. You have to have the desire to just keep going. It's just like with doing martial arts. It's the repetition of it. I'm gonna tell you something about martial arts. With martial arts, for me and anybody else who's done it and done it for a long time, it's a lot of repetition. I kicked 1,000 kicks, throw 1,000 punches. I mean, craziness. But at the end of the day, it's like the back of your hand. So most people say, okay, I know how to do karate because they saw a video or whatever. But your first reaction when you get into a fight and you get hit, your first reaction is to do what you know best. If you haven't practiced 1,000 times, and actually my instructor had a saying, if you haven't done it 10,000 times, then you're right, you don't know it. That was for us who said, I don't know something, or I don't know how to do something. If you haven't done it 10,000 times, then you're right, you don't know it yet. That means know it in the back of your head, in the back of your hand, like it just come out naturally. So when somebody throw a punch at me, my natural reaction ain't gonna be, my natural reaction is gonna be, boom, you know, hit him. Now you didn't even see that second hand, did you? I'm sorry, I can be fast sometimes. I blocked, threw that hand, then I threw that hand. But it's quick movements. It's knowing that somebody threw a punch at me, I checked it over here, and I hit him at the same time with this hand in the throat. Then I popped him again with a backhand. That type of stuff is stuff that has to be second nature. The same thing with anything you do that you want to do good at. You want to do well at. You got to do it enough to get it to be second nature. I'm a 4th degree black belt because I kept doing it. I'm starting to get better at this filming and this camera and music editing and all that stuff. I'm getting better at it because I was doing it, and I keep doing it, and I keep doing it. I keep doing it.
The word is practice, right?
Practice. Oh, what did Iverson say? It's just practice. It's just practice. Not the game I love, not the game I die for. It's practice. Yes, practice. That's right. That makes you better.
I even believe some advice that Frederick Douglass gave to Du Bois, a young Du Bois, when he was saying, like, in terms of what should I guess he was calling them Negroes at the time. What should a Negro activist do in terms of getting people, I guess, to see their plight or to get their message across? Frederick Douglass said, confrontation. I take that as, if you're going to confront something, that means you got to step to it, and you got to do whatever it is you got to do to make your point heard, your point seen, or someone to acknowledge what it is in you that you're trying to get them to acknowledge you. So you got to be confrontational, not with other people, but with yourself, with the skills and the tools that you're trying to develop. That's why you're a good photographer now. That's why you're a good drone flyer. That's why you became a master in the martial arts, because you confronted the situation. You did what you had to do in order to develop.
Right.
Train.
Hold up. I gotta use your word. Hold up. I gotta use your word. Cultivate.
Say that again.
Cultivate. Cultivate.
Exactly. I love it. I love it when you do that. But yes. cultivate yourself.
Listen, I just heard that word in class today for my teaching credential.
Uh-huh.
The teacher had us look at a video, and the guy said cultivate. It's
See?
like agriculture. They have to cultivate so that way they can bring forth the harvest. And I'm like, oh my
Right.
God, I was just telling Rab this yesterday. And then I see this today in my college instruction. The thing is analogies, and there's another eulogies, whatever you call them. That type of stuff, not eulogies, that's for a funeral.
Yeah.
Liturgies or something like that. I can't remember how you say it, but it's stuff that you use.
These mugliges, fugliges,
It's stuff that you use to explain something that makes sense. So you say cultivate because you know that some people know something about farming. And when you cultivate, you know you're getting the farm, the soil ready to prepare for the harvest. You turning that soil over, you making it the soil get rich and with the seeds and everything, and then boom, you got the harvest and you reap the benefits of the harvest. And so it's the same thing with anything that you do. You got to cultivate that thing. In other words, you got to keep working at it so that way, what? You become better, and then the fruits will come out. Doing this talk show, this is what our third one now. It's our third one. We're gonna get better, Rab. We're gonna
the third one. Yes, exactly.
We're gonna get more.
You know why?
To listen, and why? Because we're gonna say something that's gonna be interesting to them, and then they're gonna say, "Hey, well, I wonder what he got to talk about today." How you think a lot of these sportscasters and stuff like that? They talk about their favorite athlete, but they talk about them in such a way that we go, "Whoa, wait a minute! Oh, I didn't think about it that way, man. He's smart. He got, yeah, that makes sense. Yup. He's right. You know." So that's the type of stuff that I want to bring to the forefront in these little debates / discussions.
And so you know why we're going to get better?
Why?
Because we're going to cultivate. We're going to train. We're going to train. We're going to train.
Well, I know somebody better be training because I need to see a video from the class I taught them. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. So, what other things out there, or what other things, hobbies, do you think of that can help people make money in this time? We talked about photography.
Let me focus or center on a particular group for a minute, because in Jersey, right, and up on the north, and I'm sure this happens in the West Coast too, our youth, right, are dying at an alarming rate, and we need something to help gear them or steer them towards another direction than death, right? And towards another direction than something negative. But it's one thing in that I see that a lot of these brothers have. A lot of rap gave talent and an avenue to a lot of people who had no other avenues to express themselves. Rap can be a good thing. It don't have to be this dirty thing that we're being told that it is, that is creating bad minds and bad individuals based on influence. Okay, we got influence where they're glamorizing drugs, glamorizing so on and so on, but you got artists out there, rap artists, who sending a productive and positive message. You got women. Cardi B said on one of her things that, listen, it's women out there that ain't talking about vaginas and titties and stuff in their rap, but there's other ones that are. But people need to focus on giving some more support to the artists who are doing something productive and positive, and then we, with these platforms, need to make it an open opportunity for these, because a lot of these brothers and sisters have talent with this rap thing, have talent with this poetry, have talent with this spoken word.
Right.
And start developing it. That's why I'm saying to train. Practice. You got dead time. It's like you in a jail cell. And I don't mean to, equate, but this is prison. You're being locked in your house. You're being locked out of your job. So you have dead time. Use this time to develop your craft. Get a pen, get a paper, write your lyrics, practice your verses. Find some of these little studios that don't cost you much, $25 an hour. Put your stuff down on develop your masters, get all this stuff, man, and start trying to solicit it. It's dead time. Use it wisely.
Right. Yeah,
I harp on that.
Agree.
I harp on that, and my redundance is intentional because we need to know. This need to be driven home. We got dead time, brothers and sisters. It's a lot of dead time where we doing nothing. You who would be at work now or early in the day haven't been, and what? Let's be thinking going like 90 days now.
Something crazy like that.
And that's 3 months. You know how many? If those of you who like to rap, young brothers who like rap, you know how many lyrics you could have written down. You know how much, how many times you could have, and you who had the money, develop these little studios, whether it be in your house, whether it be in the storefront, whatever. To start, you can start making money on producing stuff. Me and you. I was about to say me and my nephew, little brother, but being more professional. Me and Art has been doing the very same. We got 7 songs now, right?
Yes.
We're about to put out on the CD. We developing that, right? And in a minute, he spoke to you earlier. I ain't gonna say in a minute, but he spoke to you earlier about your hobbies making money for you. That's a clear proof. It's an example for all of y'all to follow. He got sound equipment, lighting, etc., movie making equipment. He's flying his drones. We also putting together a film called He's My Brother.
Mm-hmm.
We also putting together a CD. What's the title of the CD that's coming out?
You asking me? You're the producer.
Yes, no, I'm thinking it's called what? Love Songs by Art Womack, or Love by Art Womack?
Like I think it's Love.
Okay, Love.
Can you hear the music in the background?
No.
You can't?
Nah.
All right.
Well, we're going to come on. We're going to play 1 or 2 on our next.
No, we're gonna
show.
play. We're gonna play
so that they can hear it
right now, Rap.
Huh?
We about to.
Well,
play
we don't have that much. We don't have that much time.
That's why I'm playing it in the background.
Okay, can you play a little? Can you turn it up a little more?
Can you hear it?
No. It's a little too low.
I don't think anybody can hear it right now, so I'm gonna have to restart it.
We'll set that up next time. But the whole idea is, brothers and sisters, listen to this carefully. Use your time wisely, because this is time you can't get back.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try to fix this light and keep moving.
We're not gonna have any dead space. I'm hoping that you guys still can't hear it. Chris, Rain, Desert Woman, can you guys hear it? Oh, did I not share my audio? Is that what happened? Let me see. It probably did. That's probably what happened. So I got something I could do here. Uh-oh. Didn't like that.
Move that microphone back.
Is it still loud on the mic?
No, no, the sound is good. We just heard the whistle.
So you can hear the music?
Yeah. You see, you
Okay.
play Joy, right?
Yeah.
The remake of Joy. So I tell you, brothers, sisters out here, it don't have to be rapping, it don't have to be singing. It could be painting, it could be poetry, it could be acting, it could be whatever it is that can, if what you got can convey a message of like and wanting, then you can get paid off it. Because if someone wants to hear, if someone wants to see what you're doing, and they want to hear it bad enough because the way you conveyed it to them makes them want to either see it or hear it, they'll pay for it.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember one time, it's Professor X County was a friend of mine, right? And her sister too. And they was performing at one of Amiri Baraka's celebrations that was held at Essex County College. And the Student Entertainment Organization and Hip Hop Student Organization was one of the students helping promote the event. And the sister got up there and she walked around in circles on her tiptoes, like ballerina like, and spit water out of her mouth and said, Amiri said, Amiri said, Amiri said. But it's creative expression. And people was loving it.
Let the baby girl
So it's how you develop your art. Find something that you can craft into some kind of creative thing, present it to people. They could be making pottery. It could be dancing on the stage. It could be theater. I even did theater. I wrote a few stage plays. Those who know me know I wrote a few stage plays, directed a few stage plays, produced a stage play, and that I helped produce was the Female Conversation by Eleanor L. Cox Parker. Peace out there, Ellie. How you doing? God bless you. And she helped develop, and that's another lady I'm meant to give thanks to, because she helped develop my craft and push me out of my shyness and being able to express myself to the public and coming forth strong and
is that better?
And sincerity in producing my craft.
Did I imagine you would play a major part in decision that's so hard? Do I see? Do I stay? Do I go? Think about the life and what matters to me the most. Know that the share is real, but the time your heart will heal. I'm not saying I'm gone, but I have to find what life is like without you. It's as if you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad. She's crying her heart to me.
I hear you, Art.
Now it's time to see where I wanna be. Hey, listen, guys. Just wanted to give y'all a little something before we go. This has been Warrior Brothers Coast to Coast. My name is
Brothers Coast to Coast.
And just want to say, love. I'm taking this from Soul Train. Peace and soul.
This is Brad Bill Ford on the East Coast, signing off to all my beloved brothers and sisters out there in the land. Hotep and peace to you, right? The highest black power salutes to all of you. Stay alive, stay safe, and I wish you all well. Hotep and Zulu.
I have to ask my wife. I don't know if she want to get on like that, but maybe one of these days we might do a gospel duet or something. To sing I love someone. Oh, how it feels so sad. She's crying her heart to me.
And I just want to let everybody know, you know you got your talent from me, right?
Hey. I wanna be where I wanna be. Peace, everybody. Love y'all. We out.
Peace.